Welcome to episode 113 of Family Life Mornings, or a morning radio show hosted by Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. Our podcast, a weekly look at some of the moments you might have missed.
Nobody wants their kids to grow up and have an example set as to be a brat. Right? I mean, a brat is an unruly kid, and you don't want your kid to be a brat.
Parenting advice and more coming up. If you haven't already subscribed, do it today so you don't miss a single episode. And find out more about us at familylife.org.
A little serious, a little silly, a perfect balance to start your day. Family Life Mornings.
Well, sometimes when you see something that's totally wrong, you just have to take a stand and stand up and say what is right. And nobody wants their kids to grow up and have an example set as to be a brat. Right? I mean, a brat is an unruly kid, and you don't want your kid to be a brat. So why on earth would, the very popular gummy bears be promoting a whole group of gummy bear brats? It's like, this is not good, because there's this, here's the story. It's an Illinois company. They've been processing meat for a variety of years now, many years, and now they have gummy bear, B-R-A-T-S. It's meat.
Meats. It's probably like a bratwurst.
Brats. Yeah, that's my mistake. But gummy bears and brats are a mistake as well.
Yeah, that's like worse.
That's
almost.
Worse,
a combo.
Bad.
A new day, a new start, a God who never changes. You're waking up with Family Life Mornings.
As much as I like ice cream, many times, depending on the cone, the type of cone it is, I really look forward to finishing the ice cream and then eating the cone.
Yeah.
Yum.
Depending on the cone.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a certain kind of cone, especially, do you guys like the one that has the little chunk of chocolate right in the bottom?
It keeps the ice cream from dripping out the bottom.
Yes!
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, love that. So here you go. And Randy, this concludes you too, because it's coffee and teacups that are now made edible. The cup itself is made from a wafer, much in the same way as like an ice cream cone type thing. And here's the deal. They'll stay leak-proof for 12 hours and, more amazingly, crunchy for a full 45 minutes. So they're experimenting with these things where coffee or tea in a cup with a cone.
Yeah. Did you say that it's leak-proof for 12 hours, which is great because that's about how long it takes me to drink a cup of coffee sometimes?
It's so hot sometimes, right?
No, because you forget about it.
Oh, it's just sitting there.
How many times can you microwave these edible cones?
Yeah, but if you knew, especially if they add that little piece of chocolate down in the bottom, you wouldn't let it sit there that long.
Right.
If you can't say it in front of your kids, you won't hear it on Family Life Mornings.
Well, the pandemic has played havoc on the plans of many couples wanting to get married, and it was no different for Glenn and Hannah. However, they did manage to have the wedding ceremony. They got married in Holland, but several of their close friends and even family who live in England couldn't make it to the wedding, including a couple of the bridesmaids. So Hannah grabbed a friend of hers living nearby and asked her to fill in as a bridesmaid. And she did just that and did it great. She walked down the aisle the way she was supposed to, was great in all the pictures. And, well, afterwards, it's fair to say that this bridesmaid kind of stole the show because she is a pig. Her name is Babe, and Babe happens to be the pet of Hannah's, and she said, you know what? She'll do just as good as anyone. Babe oinked her way down the aisle.
That one bridesmaid, she's got a little bit of a waddle to her. But she's kind of cute.
Is the sun breaking through yet? He is the dawn. You're getting your day started with Family Life Mornings.
I know what you're thinking as you woke up this morning. You're thinking, well, okay, I want to serve my neighbor better and be better at work and just honor God in everything I do. And one of the top things, I want to be a better steward of my toothpaste. I know you were. I know you were thinking that.
It is frustrating when you go to brush your teeth, you get it just perfect on the toothbrush, and then you're brushing, and a glop of unlathered toothpaste falls into the sink.
That happens to you.
And you think to yourself, how dirty is the sink? Could I scoop it back up? Should I use it? Do I flush it down the... it's a conundrum.
Oh, I didn't even think about all this. I was just thinking of better uses for your toothpaste, but you bring up a great point there. Yeah, you can use your toothpaste, and maybe you can use those little tubes you get like when you go to the dentist.
You go to the dentist,
yeah. I mean, and you come home and you already have your big toothpaste tube that you already bought, but you have the little one. Here's some things you can do. If your sneakers are dirty, take a little bit of the toothpaste and just rub it and brush it on the sneakers, and they get whiter. You can do it to, let's see, your fingernails, Randy. I know you've been thinking about your fingernails being not as bright and shiny as they should be. You can do that.
That's a good tip.
Your
Steve.
your white coffee mug. Take a little toothpaste and just rub it on there. It'll make it all whiter.
Probably
and
like
whiter.
the pasty one more than the gel for these things.
That's true. And also your headlights on your car.
Yes, that works.
See, you can do it for that. I haven't tried any of this. I saw there was. I've been using dental floss on all those things, and it just doesn't seem to do the trick as well.
Are you just starting your day? Well, so are we. It's Steve, Terese, and Randy on Family Life Mornings.
Oh, I loved it so much, and then all of a sudden, not so much. And then I loved it again. No,
What
boy.
is it?
Remember the show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, yes.
I love that show. And then all of a sudden, there's some questions came up, and it's like, wait a minute. This is for, I'm not sure if I like this so much.
Right.
Thought of that when I saw of the research going on with cockatoos. And they have found, that one. Yeah, that one right there. They put a mango near them, these cockatoos.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were able to discover and make and get their way into that mango down to the pit, which they wanted to get to, by making their own set of tools. 3 tools that they actually made them. They observed them, they made them, they made the tools, and then made the tools so that they could dig in to this mango. So in this case, are you smarter? This is tools, guys. Tools. You know me and tools.
Yeah.
Are you smarter than a cockatoo?
No.
The answer is no. No. Yeah, that's
But you can make a smoothie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God gives us each new morning. We give you the encouragement to get through it. This is Family Life.
The Tata Group is an Indian conglomerate. It's huge. It makes a bunch of different things. It makes automobiles, it makes airplanes, and other consumer products. And the chairman of this group is a man by the name of Ratan Tata. And as a kid, he took piano lessons. But he didn't take him for very long because it just didn't really stick with him. But as he became an adult, he decided he wanted to start learning to play the piano. So he took it on as a hobby. But again, he couldn't devote the time to it that he really wanted to, so he kind of dropped it again. Well, Tata still wants to learn how to play the piano, and he found a new teacher, and he said he's going to be taking lessons in the very near future. And I got to admire this guy. That saying, you're never too old to learn. Mm-hmm. I think is a motto of Tata's. The guy is 83 years old, and he's going to start taking up piano.
That's his motto? Wait a minute. His name is Tata.
Tata.
Right.
Hakuna.
What's the motto?
Nothing. What's the matter with you?
Thanks for making us a part of your day. We're a friend you can turn to. Family
It
Life.
might be the highlight of the school day.
Lunch. It's time for lunch.
Lunch.
You ready for some lunch?
Uh-huh.
Turns out our kids aren't very excited about what we pack for lunch. In fact, only about 25% of kids say, yeah, my parents do a good job packing lunch. Most of us, by the way, do the traditional sandwich, fruit, chips, and water. I'm thinking maybe what our kids need is a dose of square pizza.
Oh.
A few days of that square pizza, they might be like, you know what? Mom's lunch isn't so bad after all, right?
Steve, Terese, and Randy. Because you can never have enough friends. We're Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Another day at work for this plumber. Well, maybe it really wasn't just another day for the plumber because he was being recorded.
I'm walking down the street and I'm gazing at my feet and it's raining harder.
Yes.
It's raining.
He was was being
Sound like a
recorded
regular plumber.
as he was working. This plumber was working on this guy's house. Little did this plumber, the singing plumber, know that the owner of this house was the owner of a record label. So he heard him and started recording him. He was so impressed that he signed the 49-year-old plumber, Kev Crane, to a record deal.
Wow.
Now the plumber has a record deal. Boy, did you hear his voice? Did you hear his? Listen.
Down the street, and I'm gazing at my feet.
That plumber has great pipes.
Family Life Mornings, the nicest way to start your day on Family Life.
Spelling matters, and you're probably an excellent speller, right, Steve?
I think so. I pride myself. I shouldn't be prideful, but I like to spell correctly. Yes. Yes.
Right. Fortunately, you also are a terrible writer. And so
I'm the worst.
We can't read what you've written most of the time to know if it's spelled right. What would I do without spell check? Because there's hardly a day where I type something where there's not a squiggly red line under it, and I have to right click and go, oh, that's how you spell that, right? Well, I would be just like Einstein. He was a notoriously awful speller.
Really?
Albert Einstein. Like the genius equals MC squared. I mean, there's some bad spelling right there. Other bad spellers in history, Winston Churchill.
Wow.
Right? Exactly. How about George Washington? How about Jane Austen? She was an author, for goodness sake, and she couldn't spell. Of course, they also lived so long ago that they didn't have the grammar police on Facebook telling them that they had just spelled something wrong. Probably would have cleaned up their acts if they'd had that, right?
You know, don't have to be an Einstein. That's INES.
Starting your day with a smile and a dose of encouragement, too. Family Life Mornings